Shalom, Kahala, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wahab Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the Akim to pushing his word in truth and sincerity. This is a priest of Mathia from the GMS Dallas camp. And was going looking at some articles. I wanted to, put this on wax and actually bring up some scriptures as well. Lord willing, this to be edifying. I'm seeing here that the Iran general that was killed in the airstrike. That's the one of the big topics that's going on today. And as I was reading, I was just thinking, man, Americans they don't get no they don't a lot of Americans don't have an idea of the magnitude that's going on right now. Now, am I saying that this is gonna be something that's gonna very well pop off World War III? No, but I'm saying there's a strong possibility. Yes. Okay. We can only go by prophecy. We're seeing things that are coming into play. You know what I'm saying? This is really looking good and ramping up. Okay. And actually, before I get into it, I wanted to let me pull up a scripture here. Yeah, because we're starting to see, we've been seeing proxy wars going on now. Like I said, we're starting to see the trade wars continuing. All right. All right. The sanctions that are being put out. So we're knowing through the spirit, you know what I'm saying, and being guided by the prophecies that, hey, we're, World War III is right at hand. All right, so this is Matthew 24, verse 6. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." All right. So these things must come to pass, and the end is not yet, but we see the end is coming. All right. Let me jump back into it here. So it says U.S. deploys 1,000 more troops to the Middle East after Trump ordered airstrike kills Iran general. All right. So let's just read a little bit of the article. It said the United States is deploying nearly 3,000 more troops to the Middle East amid increased tension between the U.S. and Iran following the death of Iran General Hassan Soleimani. All right, so the thousands of troops come as the U.S. awaits retaliation from Iran for the airstrike that killed the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Quds force leader, as the tens of thousands of anti-American demonstrators have taken to the streets in Iran to protest the loss of the general. So we saw in the news where they tried to post some on dealing with Iran, saying that they were kind of cheering for his death. But you got to look and when you look at, like I say, the streets of Iran, Iran loved him. There was a man that was very well liked, very well loved by his people, and they're looking for destruction to come to America. All right, and we've been hearing wars and rumors of wars, for some years now, for a few years now. So just really just ramping up, dealing with trades and what have you. Ever since, like I say, definitely since Trump came into play. All right, last couple of years, definitely. But America, they're sending 3,000 troops. More going. Now here's the thing: how do you attack someone and then you send troops toward their area, saying that you're waiting for retaliation? That's you gotta just look at it. It's Esau has a way to, and it's blatantly obvious, but still you have a way to try to throw a rock, hit someone in the back of the head, and then look at somebody else and be like, you know what? He was gonna attack me, and then bring his boys to throw their hands up too, ready to stump the guy out. That's how America do. Okay, America is ran by Esau Edom, the so-called white man. So we know this man is a very he runs on the left hand side. He's a very wicked ruler, and like the scripture say, we're not ignorant to his devices. All right. Let's see here. It says prior to the airstrike at the Baghdad airport that left Soleimani dead, the U.S. have deployed about 700 soldiers from the 82nd Airborne into Kuwait after the U.S. embassy compound in the Iraqi capital was stormed by Iran-backed militiamen and their supporters. The thousands of the additional troops are reportedly going to be deployed from same uh, um, the same division at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, according to the Defense Department officials who spoke to the Associated Press. This man is full of lies. He is full of lies. So, you know, he. So let me go ahead and get another. You know what? Let's go back to Matthew. All right. Verse 7, Matthew 24:7, it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence, and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. All right, so we seeing nation rise up against nation. All right, America being the the power or the hammer of the earth, they just, you know what I'm saying, stood up against Iran and said, what you gonna do about it? You know, just like what Bush said, a comedian said, like Bush said, said George Bush Jr. Talking about, no, fuck you, but what you gonna do about it? So you know you screwed you, but what you gonna do about it? All right, and this is not a man. This is a man of high stature in Iran. You know what I'm saying? And against in the whole region. So you're starting to see nation rise up against nations. We already know the pestilence and the famine and the earthquakes that have been going on. Like you say, we're seeing the signs. All right. You know what? And I thought I had another one. Let me look here. Yeah, I was up here on Vox as well. When it said nine big questions about Qasem Soleimani's killing answered by an expert. Okay, so it says, are we at war with Iran and other pressing questions after the U.S. airstrike against a top Iranian official? And I was like, just scanning through it, it was good amount of questions. So, I, okay, let's try this. What is it? Dylan Scott. Who was Qasem Soleimani and why was he important? All right, so I said it was Susan Maloney. It says Soleimani was commander of Iran's Quds Force, which is overseas or foreign expeditionary arms of the Iranian Revolutionary Guards Corps, the most significant and important branch of the Iranian military forces. It was established after the Iranian Revolution. So this man is very high stature. He has a lot of power in Iran. Okay, he's probably one or two step down from the president. You know. All right. So it says Soleimani led the campaign that Iran has waged across the broader Middle East. Most notable, the counter ISIS ground campaign, as well as the recruitment of a central and transitional Shia force to help bolster Bashar al-Assad's grip on power and defeat his oppositions in the civil war in Syria. Now that's another reason why America has beef with him, because he was helping with the war in Syria. Now you have uh, They're allies with Syria. Who also is allies with Syria? Iran, uh, with Syria. It was Iran, is Russia, China. Okay, and then like you said, the BRICS nations. That's to help to be an opposition to help come against like NATO and EU. You know, that's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and I want to say South Africa, if I'm not mistaken. You can look it up and verify. All right, but you know, this is coming about. All this is happening. All right, so let's get to some more scriptures here. It's like I haven't brought out too many, but just wanted to read those two articles because the things are happening where the nations are going to be brought in and be and they're going to be brought and come together, and the Lord is going to they're going to have a big all out war, and destruction is going to come, especially here to America, and destruction is going to happen all over, and then the chariots are going to come. The chariot of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, is going to be leading the front, and he's going to come and render his anger, and that's going to bring down Esau's kingdom, and the what's going to be the power after that? The everlasting kingdom of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? So this is Joel chapter 3, verse 2. It says, I will gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat and plead with them there for my people, for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nation and parted my land. All right? So the Lord is going to come and bring destruction. Okay? And you know what? Let's get this word plead. I want to get the word plead, pull it up here. Because the Lord says he's going to come and plead for his people, all right? And who is his people? The nation of Israel, all right? So what is that? To judge, govern, vindicate, punish, all right? So he's going to vindicate Israel. He's going to also judge and punish the nations, all right? All right, so so that's Shabbat, okay? So they're going to where they going to? They're going to the Yahweh Shabbat, Yahweh's judgment. Okay, that's where they're going. All right, the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Now, when you look at this, you know it's going to be Esau. It's like you say, he's the the nation, the wicked nation that runs and covers the whole earth. But it's going to be other nations as well. But you know, like say, Esau have did a very um, he have committed so much atrocities to the nation of Israel that yeah, he's the corporate, and like I say, he's the head of the heathen nations. All right, the righteous are set low, you know, during the time of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to be brought up. Okay, this is you know what? Let's see here. It says Obadiah 1:3. It says, "The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, Who shall bring me down?" Now that's Esau. Who's gonna bring him down? Okay, only like I say, uh, when Yahweh give the word, Yahweh Shai will give the, like say the bands of angels. They're gonna come to the earth in the chariots, and they're gonna bring it down. But they're gonna already it's already gonna be like the Lord said. You know what would it be if it's already kindled? It's gonna be already lit up here on earth. You're gonna have fire from the nuclear destruction. You're gonna have famine and pestilence that's gonna be happening before that nuclear, like during that time and time frame. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see a collapse in the economy. You're gonna see famine, pestilence. You're gonna be see a hell of a lot of rape, robberies, murders. All this coming upon the earth, and it's gonna be cleansed through that thermonuclear destruction and the fire coming at those beams coming from the chariots. All right. And Esau, we're gonna come get him from the cleft of the rocks. All right, we're gonna go up to the space stations, like I say in Jeremiah 16:16. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna hunt them. We're gonna hunt them, and and they're gonna be the first. The elite's gonna be the first inductees to the slavery. You know what I'm saying? All right. So let's go to Obadiah 1:10. It says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." All right. So we're gonna take them into slavery for 1,000 years, and after that, Esau is gonna be cast in a destruction of fire, and they're gonna be no more. Okay, they're gonna be no more, and that's a righteous act. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Al Shah. All right, but don't get me wrong. The other nations will be destruction is coming upon them because everybody had a hand into the nation Israel downfall. You know, ultimately we know the reason being is we continue to go off, and the Lord, you know, the Lord gave us a prophecy, Deuteronomy 28. You can read all the way through it, and it tell you if you had our blessed, you know, we do all, you know, carry on, do our law, statutes, commandments, you know, be righteous and be faithful to the Heavenly Father. We will be successful, and we will flourish on the earth. But Israel, we stiff necked. We did wrong. We didn't do all that. So what happened? The Lord put us in punishment. He put us in subjection, oppression, and slavery. Okay. This and like I say, Esau, he's the head ringmaster. But it was the other nations were given that go ahead to help rule over us as well. It says Zephaniah 3:8. It says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation. All right, even my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy." So, like fire of my jealousy. So these other nations are gonna get it too. And like I said, he's gonna gather them together for his indignation, and where he's gonna gather them together at the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Go back to what I'm saying, Joel 3:2. All right, and he lets you know as well. Matter of fact, this is Isaiah 34. Is now let's go. It says start at the top. Come near, ye nations. Okay, that's plural. All right, and like he said, when he's pleading, he's going to become pleading for his people. Going back to Joel 3:2, he's going to plead for his people. That's why he's gathering all these nations into to where the Valley of Jehoshaphat. And he's going to get surrender. He's going to provide judgments to him. He's going to give it to him. I'm going to provide you with this. Look at all this judgment you're going to get. And like I said, judgment's going to go out through all four corners of the earth, even to the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Okay, they're gonna get that work too. But it reads, "Come, come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all these things come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is come upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He has utterly destroyed them and has delivered them to the slaughter." Okay, and he's going to deliver them to that slaughter. Okay, and all right, so like I say, he's going to be plead for his people. Okay, the other nations they have devoured us. Okay, they have trodden us down, and they took counsel together. All right, they took counsel together for us. This is Psalms 83. And I'm gonna start at 1. As a matter of fact, start at 2. It says, "For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head." Okay, so these other nations hate you. They hate you, Israelites. That's why they're trying to build a false case with all these Jewish attacks to these so-called Jews. That's these are false attacks. Now, I'm saying is nobody haven't died or nobody haven't got stabbed or what have you. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's a false case because they're using the Hebrew Israelite to say, "Hey, oh, look who did it." Even though it may come out on some of these issues or situation where they will come back and retract their stories, regardless, they put your name in with the situation. So that's gonna stick with you. That's subconscious. It's gonna stick with your subconscious, okay, with your la'ab, all right, your mind, your heart. Well, let's keep going. It says Psalm 83, verse 3. It says, "They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against the hidden ones." So they have taken counsel against you. They came in and you see a lot of these councils too at these summits and uh, these different meetings they have. They say they're gonna go over the rules, laws, and regulations of the world. I can't just what is this? I can't think of some of the actual names of them at this point. It slips my mind. It's locky. But it says, verse 4, "They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation." Now, when you go back up to verse 2, it says, "For lo, thy enemies make a tumult." All right. "They that hate thee have lifted up the head." So they have made a tumult. These other nations have made, I mean, they want to make it a tumult. They want to destroy you. So going back to verse 4, it says, "They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." And today, the name of Israel isn't no more. It's no more. So like, it's no more. Because they just go with the nation, the nation of Israel, is showing it as the actual country is there. But who's over there in there? They say they're Jewish. Okay? There's some sort of kind of, but not like a real Jew. So that's what's over there. Imitations. So the true name of Israel and his people are basically being trodden down. So that's where the scripture goes in and says that Israel may be no more in remembrance. All right. So these other nations have came together to do that. All right. Trodden our people down. This is Psalms 55. Um, Verse 3, yeah. I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, "Attend unto me and hear me. I mourn in my complaint." All right. And this is the Psalm of David. All right. I'm going to go to verse 1. Psalm 55 and 1. It says, "Give ear to my prayer, O power, and hide not thyself from my supplication. Attend unto me and hear me. I mourn in my complaint and make a noise because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked." All right, and don't the wicked got us got us in subjection and oppression? Yeah. It says, "For the cast iniquity for they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me." Okay, they hate me. And the enemies who are your enemies, the other nations. Esau being a front runner, but we know the wicked. But the wicked do got a short time. All right, and he's gonna get dealt with. That's why the Lord is gathering him in the valley of Jehoshaphat, and with that the death of the general, you know what I'm saying, from Iran. What was his name? Qasem Soleimani. You're gonna see that this is gonna be more action to bring more troops over into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and it's just a matter of time before it's gonna be World War III is going to be sounding off because the proxy wars uh, are almost over with, if not over with, and you finish bringing in the big wigs on the chessboard. Okay, that's what's coming. Okay, the main players. Okay, I'll get one or two more and then get ready to close it out. This is Isaiah. Yeah, Isaiah 66. I'm gonna start at the 15th verse. Isaiah 66 and 15. It says, "Behold, for behold, Yahweh will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh." Okay, and the slain of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai shall be many. So a lot of death is coming upon the earth. All right, a lot of death is coming upon the earth. Uh, I'm gonna back that up as well. This is Ezekiel 32, 38, and 20, 22, 21, 22. Let's go to 22. It says, "And I will plead against him with pestilence." All right, and he says he's gonna play. You know what? Let's start at 21. He says, and I will call for a sword against him throughout all the mountains, saith Yahweh power. Every man's sword shall be against his brother. All right. And I will plead against him with pestilence and with blood, and I will rain upon him and upon his bands and upon the many people that are with him, an overflowing rain and great hailstones, fire and brimstone. Sound like what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. Verse 23, "Thus will I magnify myself and sanctify myself, and I will be known in the eyes of many nations, and they shall know that I am Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai." So they're going to know the Lord. They're going to see him. They're going to know he's a so-called black man, okay, and he the second covenant, like I say, it was established during the time of Yahweh Shai when he, was the sacrificial lamb. All right, he walked that perfect life. So we're living through grace, a grace period at this point. And when the time of the kingdom come about, that second step covenant is gonna be truly established, and it's gonna be set upon the earth, and order is gonna be upon the earth, and we're gonna have that righteous kingdom that's gonna reign forever and ever. And like I say, in this event, like with this event, with the death of the general, this is like I say, another faith booster. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that the prophecies are getting more and more intense to come about and come to pass. Can't forget about the microchip. That's going to fall into place during these times as well. That's one of the final prophecies that we're going to see. You know what I'm saying? So we're close to this end. So rejoice ye heavens. So we know the devil we got a short time, roughly paraphrasing, Revelation 12 and 12. But with that, call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Waharakakadash. Double honors to the apostle of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the Akin that's pushing the word in truth and sincerity. Shalom.